Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Explore the length and breadth of the new Aquatic Centre, part of the world-class facilities at Aberdeen Sports Village. We're open to everyone, whether you're diving, competing or learning to swim. Whatever your ability, the Aquatic Centre is the place for you. The Aberdeen Sports Village Aquatic Centre, opening Monday the 5th of May 2014.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Aberdeen Sports Village in the northeast of Scotland for coverage of the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Brought to you live and exclusive by Scottish Swimming. I'm Alan Anderson and I'll guide you through 2 days of fantastic water polo here in Scotland. First up this afternoon, the final round of the men's matches, and it's a prelude to what will be the final tomorrow, England men against Malta men, starting at 3 o'clock GMT. Following that we have New Zealand against Wales, and then a very important match for Scotland as they take on Singapore. The prize, an opportunity to play for the bronze medal against South Africa tomorrow, and then the final match of the day, a placing game between South Africa and Wales women. So we now go through the presentation of the teams. Chris Armstrong there for England, and Jack Waller, an Olympian. Glenn Robinson also played at the Olympics. Tom Curwen, 11 goals for him this week. Big Joe O'Regan, number 9, an outside shooter. Johnny Kirk and Adam Schofield just returned for this Commonwealth tournament. Mike Bourne, and finally Matt Holland, now playing in France, and he's had an outstanding tournament in goals for England. The Maltese team, their goalkeeper Alan Bord-Cole, and their captain Nicky Lanzon there. Jerome Garavetta, Michel Stellini, 14 goals for him, and Mark Melly beside him. And then the top goal scorer, Matthew Zammit, 24 goals for him. Ritzvager, 7, and then Camilleri's number 8. John James Brown right there acknowledging the crowd, and Timmy Sullivan, centre back defender, Tommy Marchicia, Dino Zammit, and finally their second goalkeeper, number 13, Dino Camilleri. So I'd like to introduce to you my co-commentator this afternoon. Delighted to be introducing Ian McCallum, ex-Great Britain Water Polo International. Welcome, Ian. And what do we make of this match-up today?
Yes, as you said earlier on, Alan, it's a preview of the final, the gold medal match, which we'll be seeing tomorrow. Two extremely competent and strong teams matching up. I'm expecting a very tight and exciting encounter. Very difficult to pick a winner, but possibly with the experience that England have had recently at the London Olympics, and lots of these players have returned and are playing today, I would say possibly England are just favourites today.
But as you say, the results of the week show that these are the two best teams, and it will be very close and a very hard-fought and physical match here at the Aberdeen Sports Village Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014. Now, a big part of these Commonwealth Water Polo Championships is you, the audience, and part that you can play at home. So whether you prefer to Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, you can get the swim buzz and let us know your thoughts on the championships and the coverage. And you can do that by visiting the swimbuzz.co.uk and using the hashtag CWPC2014 for all the social media action this weekend. And then if you'd like to keep up with all the latest Scottish swimming video content, then here's how.
Welcome to Scottish Swimming's official YouTube channel. No matter if you compete or participate in swimming, disability swimming, diving, synchro, open water, water polo or masters, if you're a teacher, tutor or coach, or simply interested in what we're up to, this is the place to find it, from wherever you are in the world. On our channel, you can watch our key events live or on demand, or simply the highlights afterwards, all for free 24/7. If you subscribe, you'll not miss any new videos, so what are you waiting for?
So Ian, we see there the England team led out by Joe O'Regan, big lad Joe, standing I think 6'8", 6'9", something like that. And now we see Malta. Malta here just in their pre-match huddle. So there you go, folks. You did see YouTube, and you can watch YouTube for all 9 matches for these last 2 days of competition. So we are only a few minutes away from the start of this first match in the men's competition today, and it will be England in the white hats, we can see on our screens now, up against Malta, who will be wearing blue. I'd also like to remind you that all this couldn't happen without the support of our official sponsor for the tournament, BP, and our technical sponsor, Waterfly, and all our public and private partners in the event. Been invaluable in getting things along and up and running here in this brand new facility in the Aberdeen Sports Village. A fantastic 50-metre 10-lane pool. So the two teams just ready for the opening swim-off. Kieran James, the speedster, in the English team, number 2, and he's up against Michele Stellini, number 4 for Malta. And referee Andy Allen gets things underway. 15-metre swim. James against Stellini, and it is James by a metre who takes that opening swim off.
England with the opening possession here, trying to establish some ball into the centre forward.
It's going to be a tough battle in that centre forward. But they get the ball into Waller. He manages to protect it, and Glenn Robinson at the 30-second clock running down. And O'Regan has to let the ball go there at halfway. So it is the Maltese captain, number 2, Nicky Lanzon. A number of goals for Lanzon this week. And the two number 2s together, Kieran James, probably England's outstanding player. And referee Andy Allen turning it round as the foul was not taken quickly enough for his liking. Ed Scott starting in the English goal. He picked up a slight niggle earlier in the week and missed a couple of games. Jake Vincent, number 3. Looking for the centre and feeds into Jack Waller. And with that, we have our first exclusion of the match. Number 5 for Malta, Mark Melly.
England have impressed so far with their extra man. They've got some terrific moves. Their coach, Andrew Josep's got them extremely well drilled. And let's see if they can convert their first opportunity.
And a good shot from James, but it was number 6, usually prevalent at the other end, Matthew Zammit, put up his left hand to stop that from going in the goal. And the opening chance for England goes a-begging. Lands on, and they get it to centre. Joe Regan showing clean. For 3 Garavetta it was. And the 30-second possession has gone. Camilleri, number 8, dumps it in the corner to allow Malta to cover back. And it looks like it's done. O'Regan, there is a gap in the corner there, but Vincent has to scramble to recover the ball. Back to O'Regan. Jack Vincent sitting in centre. O'Regan, he's got a big outside shot. O'Regan claiming for the 2 metre, the save, but it was not turned behind, nearly flew behind, so Malta have the ball to their number 8, Camilleri.
Yeah, I think both teams just settling into their rhythm here. Both just playing with each other just now, looking for the opportunities, and let's see where the opening goal is going to come.
Yeah. Camilleri allowed to come forward and pick his spot, but a stop and then a nonchalant turn for Ed Scott to get the ball. And up the other end is James attacking. Kieran James dummies once, and that's a fabulous shot from James. A good counter-attack goal from England. And their main driving force, Kieran James.
You called it, Alan, early on with Kieran James. He played at the London Olympics, was one of the stars of the show there, and he's showing immediately in this game that he means business. That was a terrific goal.
And we see the shot there from behind the England goal, looking up the field of play. Jack Waller making the drive through the middle. He's now taken a break after the first 3 minutes, and number 10, Johnny Kirk, has come in to sit in centre forward for England. Camilleri, number 8, we'll see a lot of him in this game. Melly, Stellini, even number 4, and Zamet gets his first chance. Matthew Zamet, monstrous man, and the left-hander makes him so difficult to defend that the English defence now goes counter-attack. They like to play the second wave counter. And King to Schofield, who's come through from the back. But the shot well stopped by Alan Bord-Cole. Some end-to-end stuff here. Ritzfager, we've not seen an awful lot of him this week. Number 7 for Malta. Nicky lands on.
Yeah, Malta just looking for an opening here. Good defence by England. Ball's turned over.
30 seconds going against Malta. And again, Kieran James. Malta have players back, but there's still space for James to wind it up. But elects the whole time, and they have a player advantage. And they have another player advantage. It was Matthew Zamet not bothering to cover, but there has been an exclusion against number 4, Stellini, Michele Stellini. He'll sit for 20, and England have their second man up of the game, Sean King. Kieran James back to King, and tries to go round the arm of Litzfager, but that shot not troubling Alan Bord-Cole.
Yeah, here it comes to King. He's under a bit of pressure here on the shot clock. I would say maybe the defender got a slight touch on that, but well defended there by Malta.
And back with the action. Malta through Litzfager. Gavaretta. But we have a push off in centre forward. Again, Matthew Zamet. There's always something going on with him. And there's something more going on as he's excluded for 20 seconds. For obstructing Jake Vincent going on the counter-attack. And as England have the extra man, their coach, Andre Josep, calls England's timeout in this opening period. So here Andre Josep, interesting character, Great Britain and England coach of the last 9 months or so.
Yeah, it's ironic that he played against Great Britain in the London Olympics, and when I was asking him what he thought of some of the British players, he told me that the chip in his tooth was caused by an altercation with one Kieran James.
As a few people across Europe have probably had that encounter, I would suspect. James, a fiery character in the England side. Certainly gives no quarter in any battle he has. We remember him in the Olympics, going and going again against Serbia and then Croatia. So the timeout comes to an end. England will set up with the man extra. captain Ed Scott returned to the sticks, sets them on their way. James to King, back to James, and now Jake Vincent. Tom Curwen, number 8, England's top scorer this week with 11. And James holds it high, and here comes Curwen, but on this occasion he's too high. We will see him shooting from that position throughout the game, and Bord Cole will be pleased.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Bord Cole. He's played extremely well this tournament. He was up there covering that shot and then pulled his hands away to prevent the corner. Good goalkeeping.
Number 6 Zamet to Camilleri, and then Melly, and the ball goes into, lands on the captain. Interesting shot there, Ian.
Yeah, I think England will be extremely pleased with this start. They've been solid in defence. They've restricted Malta to some rather strange shot choices like the last one there. I'm sure they'll be very pleased with the start they've made.
And here we have Jake Vincent rifling it from the outside. Again, that second wave counter from England that they've used to great effect this week. But again, as you said, Ian, Alan Bord Cole is having an outstanding week in the Maltese goal. The play now back with Mark Melly, number 5, to Dino Zamet. Malta trying to set, there they are, setting on Zamet again, but also the same result, the high ball in the air, and England have possession.
Yeah, here it comes. He's looking to try and find the centre forward for a touch, but that one was just out of reach of Zamet, who's had a fantastic tournament himself so far.
And here's Jake Vincent coming through from the back, winds up once, twice, and finds the back of the net. An excellent piece of work and shooting there from the England number 3, Jake Vincent.
Yeah, we're going to see Vincent. He's added this to his game here. He's clear. He's got himself up there. Great position. And he's buried that ball in the top corner.
It took a deflection as well on the way in. I think it did, didn't it? The Maltese defender just touching it round.
He's a much improved player, Jake Vincent.
Certainly added the second wave counter-attack and shot. We saw it a number of times against Scotland here in the Aberdeen Sports Village earlier this week. So Malta 2 down. Just over a minute of this first period remaining. Zamet looking to get the foul for the shot, but well defended by Mike Bourne, but he does still get it. And it goes past. And there's a turnaround. Mike Bourne making a movement on Zamet.
Yeah, here's Zamet. He's a bit frustrated there. And he gets that shot away, trying to force it into the far corner, just wide of Ed Scott's right-hand post.
So after that defensive turnover against England, it's Malta with possession, and they now get it into centre. And Ed Scott, what a save that was from him. Matthew Zamet getting the shot away, but Scott just stayed up and big and took it right in his chest. And now England going to counter again. Zamet trailing. Joe O'Regan bringing it forward. You'll see England do this. Bring it down the right and look for the pass left, but there's nobody left, so it's O'Regan. This time he puts it to James. And James shoots. The shot blocked, but it does give England a new 30 possession, or 25 as you'll see on the clock, as the main clock, the period clock, just showing 20 seconds. And we have an exclusion, and that could be serious for Malta. That's against number 6. Matthew Zamet, his second exclusion off this first period, and he's a key player for Malta.
Yeah, Malta could... Oh, that's a terrific outside shot. Kieran James identified him as England's top player, and he's not let us down there. That outside shot from the top of the arc. Here it comes right in the centre, in position 3. First time, cross cage, goalie's top lip. Give the goalkeeper no chance.
That's a lovely view of that shot from Kieran James. And with that, Malta have taken a timeout. Their coach, Carl Izzo, takes a timeout with just 6 seconds of the period remaining. So it will be interesting to see what Malta do with this last 6 seconds.
It's been a great start for England. I'm sure Josip, the coach, will be extremely pleased. They've come out well, they've been solid, they've scored some terrific goals, and they've also got Zamet on 2 majors.
And that could well be a defining point in the match. Zamet was on 2 early on against South Africa earlier this week, but he managed to play the game out. South Africa ran Malta close in that one. It went 9-8 for Malta. And there we go, this is a shot from Camilleri, no surprise. Ed Scott just didn't look troubled by that at all. A good goalkeeper, he was in the correct position. Didn't have to make too much of a movement down to his left-hand side. And Malta unable to find the back of the net in this opening period.
Yeah, here's the last shot here. There's 6 seconds left. Well elevated out of the water. You can see the power he's got into that shot. But Ed Scott's been equal to everything so far, and he certainly saved that one with ease.
So plenty for Carl Iso, the Maltese coach, to direct his troops on. They've offered very little in attack. The English defence has been fairly strong, as it has been all week.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I mean, I think both teams are aware that although obviously this is an important game, they're both in the final, and you wonder about the coaches. You know, do you think they're maybe keeping something up their sleeve? Because I'm sure both coaches would prefer to win the big one rather than this one.
Interesting for the players as well as to how they react and respond with the thought of, you say, the gold medal game for this Commonwealth Water Polo Championships here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. The game will be tomorrow afternoon, just after 5 o'clock. So we're just going to take a quick look at the goals from that opening period.
Here's the first one. And that's Kieran James with a great cross-cage shot. Look at the elevation out of the water. And right across the Maltese goal, he had no chance. He's had a great game, Borg Cole, but there's nothing he could do against that. And then Jake Vincent, as he's been doing all tournament, on the second wave of the counter-attack, waving the ball, setting himself up high, and then drilling the ball into the corner. And finally, the third goal, you'll see an extra man. James again is in the middle, set himself up well, and then he's fired the ball high into the right-hand corner of the net.
He did very well to find the space there. It didn't look to be much. Camilleri, number 8, was blocking. James asking for the adulation of the crowd with that ball going in, and probably rightly so. So as we do get ready to start the second period, the ball in the centre of the pool. No surprise, England putting Kieran James up for the ball. Up against him, number 11, Clint Marchicchia. And our 2 referees just setting them both ready, and we're off. Off on this swim off at the start of the second period.
Quite an advantage, Alan, if you win the swim off. So that's the second time, and obviously if you do it all 4, you get 4 more possessions than your opposition.
Yeah, it's a good start to each period when you have the ball. Mike Bourne, number 12. Back in the England side. He was part of the squad for the Olympics but didn't make the cut. There's a man that did, Joe Regan, and he's come on leaps and bounds in the last few years. And the ball gets into Jack Waller in centre forward, and he's working hard and he's rewarded for his work. As number 5, Mark Melly, heads for the corner. We'll wait there for 20 seconds while England play up the extra man. Glenn Robinson. James, a left-hander in the team. Chris Armstrong, and England have moved, and it goes to Bourne. It's a nice bounce shot, but it comes off the outside of the post. And Malta survive that man-down situation. England 1 for 4 at the moment.
Yeah, here you can see they work the ball to the left-hand side. Strong shot by Bourne, but just offline and comes back off the post.
Back in play, the ball goes to centre to captain, lands on. And Ed Scott just looks so calm in the English goal. He's just getting in the right position, not having to move far. But that's the experience of his days playing in Barcelona prior to the London Olympics. And England come again through Kieran James, Jack Waller. Chris Armstrong, but he's dispossessed rather easily by Jordan Camilleri. Camilleri, number 8, 15 goals for him so far this week. Malta have been fairly prolific in the goal scoring. Only once against South Africa did they fail to reach double figures. Lands on the captain, vastly experienced. Gavaretta, long outside shot, but that's not going to trouble Ed Scott. That shot fully from 13 metres.
Yeah, here's Ed Scott. He's had a great start to the game, and you can see comfortably 2 hands to the ball, palming it down, and England go back on the attack.
O'Regan finds Glenn Robinson. I don't think he quite got hold of that one, Ian.
Maybe even would have missed the rugby uprights there. Big fella, Joey, could play rugby.
Yes. Marchechia, number 11. Gavaretta. Marchechia. Got the foul against lands on number 2 for pushing off. And Ed Scott looks for the counter and he goes right. No surprise, Joe Regan driving through, coming down this right hand side. England streaming forward on the left, finds Glenn Robinson, and again his shot blocked. This time Marchechia getting his hand to it. And Borco will get things back and running for Malta. 3-0 for England. Just over 3 minutes off this second period remaining. Malta still to really trouble England, and again there's an exclusion. No, sorry, not an exclusion, a turnover there against Lanzon. Andy Allen from Wales on the far side calling the shots.
Yeah, Malta have been forced to keep Zammit out the centre forward. He's the real danger man for them, and England have already got him on 2 exclusions. Exactly where I would imagine they want him.
Glenn Robinson, number 4, and Michele Stellini battling for position there. The clock, 30-second clock. Chris Armstrong! Oh, a beautiful left-handed shot there from Armstrong.
Yeah, Armstrong's been relatively quiet. He's a young lad and he's making it into the England team. But he takes that right down the channel and across through the 2 blockers. You can see the 2 guys blocking here. And there you go, right in the far corner. Excellent goal. 4-0 England.
That's a pretty convincing start. And of course, the English coach, Andre Josep, a left-hander as well. So he does like to make sure there are at least one left-hander in all these sides. And it's Armstrong who's made the cut for this Commonwealth Water Polo Championships. So Malta in the blue. Still working for the first real opportunity. England have been putting such good pressure on them. Camilleri, and there's a bit of a set 2 in the centre forward, centre back, and it's Schofield that pays the price. He's excluded for 20. Zammit doing the damage, so Malta have a man up. Only their first one off the match, actually. Confident passing around the top, and the outside shot, but that wraps the post. The shot from Brownrigg, hitting the bottom of Ed Scott's right hand upright.
Yeah, here comes the shot from the outside. You can see all the English hands blocking there, making it difficult, not giving much of a target. And he's just hit the outside of the post.
And now England with the ball. Tom Curwen, Mike Bourne. The Curwen, but that's a little bit too long. England may well run out of time on this attack. We're down inside the last 5 of the shot clock. Curwen may elect to rifle one and nonchalantly fires it goalward. And Malta through number 9, Brownrigg. He's had the shot there in the man-up situation last attack. Camilleri. And we have another exclusion. This time it's number 8 for England.
Good work by Lands there in the centre forward position. Maybe being a bit clever there, grabbing the defender's hand, pulling it over his shoulder, and still Malta can't score though, Alan. Ed Scott's been a rock in that goal for England. Another terrific save. And Malta, almost out of time in the second period, have still to get off the mark.
And England going to counter is Jake Vincent, who's gone all the way down this right-hand side, and he has space, but he's well covered. Svager coming across to cut out the danger. And Mike Bourne lines up, but the bounce just flying a little bit high. With 2 minutes remaining off the second period.
Yeah, here's Mike Bourne as time runs out. High out the water, and unfortunately bouncing the ball over the bar.
And Malta through Litzfager. Chechia, number 11. Camilleri. And it goes to Zamed, he makes a space, but that's a fantastic tackle there from Tom Kerwin. Just took his arm, took the elbow, just as Zamet was about to let go.
Zamet's just about to plant this ball in the back of the net. Kerwin catches him right in the elbow. Terrific defending.
Mike Bourne, there's Kerwin now at the other end. He's going to let one go. And he uses all his skill and subtlety rather than power to give England their 5th goal of the afternoon.
So from one end to the other, Kerwin, he saved the goal at the far end by a terrific defensive play, and up he comes, receives the ball in space, fakes the goalie, sees him off his line, and delicately lobs the ball in the far corner.
Often we see Kerwin from that position just rifling the ball with all his power. Both he and O'Regan, 6'9", can create a lot of speed with these long arms. So Malta are really up against it now. 5 down, a minute of the second remaining. Zamet, Camilleri, they get to centre, but it's well defended. O'Regan there on the right side and just picks it off Gavaretta.
Yeah, we're inside the final minute of the first half, and it's been all one-way traffic. England have been very impressive at the start. Kieran James all the way across, and that is a tremendous goal. Glenn Robinson, I think.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson there finishing off a fabulous counter-attack move. The ball going from left to right. James the provider. And Malta struggling to get back and starting to get frustrated. Camilleri trying to push up to get it. They couldn't get there. And Stellini had been left in the wake of Glenn Robinson for that goal. So real problems for Malta now.
I think we'd all predicted a close game, Alan, and you know, almost out of time in the first half, and it's 6-0 to England.
Oh, big surprise. Lining up. Oh, well. And Malta will rue the English goalposts. They've hit them on a number of occasions, and there.
You think for the world this has got to go in. Great technique. He lets fly inside of the post, behind the back of Ed Scott. I've seen them hit the goalie's head and go in before.
Indeed. Oh, so with a few seconds off this second period remaining, English coach Andre Josep calls for his second period timeout. Obviously wanting to try something in the remaining seconds. A hurry-up goal, just to really put some nails in the Maltese coffin here. 6-0 at half-time, certainly not what we expected.
I think everyone at the tournament was expecting this to be a close match-up, and certainly so far England have shown that they've got by far the upper hand.
English bench there. Ed Scott with the ball, and Malta are just going to press hard for the remaining 5 seconds. And it's gone wrong for England there. A double blow for England. The pass from Ed Scott not really finding his recipient. And number 5 for England, Chris Armstrong, was excluded. And that was quickly followed up by Kieran James. So England will start the second half, 2 players down, making the swim off even more important in that situation. So at half time, it is England in the white hats leading Malta by 6-0.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.
2013 was great, but I'm getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and you know, as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all round different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
So there we have Homecoming Scotland in this year 2014, a big year for Scotland with the Commonwealth Games taking place in Glasgow in the summer. Scotland be well on show in a series of Scottish homecoming events throughout the year. And also there the Scottish Swimming Awards, a great night of entertainment in September this year, with all the good and the great of Scottish swimming there to celebrate what we hope will be success here from the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships, and success in the pool at not just the Commonwealth Games but also the Scottish Championships and the British Championships these last few weeks. In Aberdeen, it is England 6, Malta 0. We're going to take a look at the goals from that second period.
Yeah, so here's England really have played well, and this was Chris Armstrong's goal. You can see he's got himself into a good central position there, firing an excellent left-handed shot through the blockers, across the goalkeeper into the far corner of the net, and he's delighted. And then we have Tom Kirwan, fresh from defending at one end, all the way up the other end. Excellent lob, cross-board Cole, the goalkeeper, giving him absolutely no chance. He's committed, he's up on his legs, he's no opportunity for a second effort, and the ball nestles in the back of the net. Then finally, I think the pick of the goals for me, Kieran James, instrumental in everything, passing the ball across to Glenn Robinson, and the goalie again, no chance. It's been an excellent period for England.
An excellent first half for England, and coach Andre Josip still laying out some plans there that we see. All the outfield players paying close attention, and the goals. Matt Holland warming up. He'll be replacing Ed Scott for the second half of this game. And Ian, Malta 6-0. They wouldn't expect to be in this position. And what do you make of their play in this game?
Well, I think what's gone wrong for Malta is you can see the goalkeeper's in the back of the goals, and that's maybe where it looks as though he has been. No, I think Malta have got to start afresh. So the second half, 0-0, not look at the scoreboard and try and win each individual battle. They haven't done a great job of getting the ball into the centre forward. Apart from that last attack where there was a couple of exclusions, they've lost the exclusion count. So I think they've got to get the ball into the centre forward. Zamet, who's really has been one of the best players of the tournament, they need to get the ball in his hands, and he'll make things happen if you give him the ball.
He will, very dangerous player, big man and a left-hander, which makes him all the more dangerous. And as you say, I think Malta need to look to win every one-on-one battle, look to win 2 periods and give them some hope for tomorrow, because there will be psychology at play for the gold medal match tomorrow afternoon around 5 o'clock here at the Aberdeen Sports Village.
And ironically for Malta, although England have changed their goalkeepers, Matt Holland's been in tremendous form. I mean, Ed Scott's been substituted. He's obviously not due to his performance. He's kept a clean sheet in the first half and saved everything that's come his way. But Matt Holland is equally a top goalkeeper, Alan.
Matt's been fantastic all week. We watched him very closely in the Scotland-England game, where Scotland, while playing well, just couldn't get past him. 4 goals he conceded that night and a number of fantastic saves. So England mixing it up. Kieran James not going for the ball as he is in the corner. England only have 4 outfield players for the start, and it's Tom Corwin entrusted with trying to even things up. And it is Corwin who wins it. Not normally the man to go for the ball, but that is a very important swim at the start of this third period.
Another big psychological win for England. They win possession off the swim-off, and it allows their players to come back in and to even up the numbers. If they lose the swim-off, then Malta have 2 men extra and are very likely to score, so extremely well done to Tom Corwin.
Here's Corwin again in the outside shooting position. He puts it into Johnny Kirk, and a nice move. He shrugged off Nicky Lanzon, but Lanzon recovered to get his hand up and block the shot.
Yeah, here's Kirk, some good work. He leans back, fires the ball, looks it's going to go in, but great work by Lanzon in defence for Malta.
Zammit now playing on the outside, maybe looking to go into that centre forward in a moment. He's maybe going to ding it from outside. He does, and as you said, Ian, off the bar, the back of the goalie's head, and England survives. It goes out rather than hitting the net.
Yeah, welcome to the game, Matt Holland. Zammit's launched it off the bar, it hits Holland in the back of the head.
And we have an exclusion against number 10 for England, Johnny Kirk. Nicky Lanzon drawing the exclusion out of the number 3 position with a good drive. Litzschwager with the ball. Lanzon, they're taking it round to the left, looking for it on the right, but that was a somewhat surprising pass. I think Malta caught by surprise, but now it's England powering away. Jake Vincent back in. He didn't play much of the second. He's found Corwin. And Corwin picks his spot across cage as England go from man down.
There's Corwin all the way up the pool. He's done that in the last. He lobbed it the last time. It's not quite a lob, but it's just a nice gentle shot into the far corner. The goalie's committed up on his legs. There he is, and the ball's in the far corner. They paid the ultimate penalty for that poor man up there, Malta.
And then the bad pass caught them by surprise. And Corwin, it's his 13th goal of the week. 2 goals today. Malta need to look to get something from this game. Kelly Stellini, number 4, and Lanzon. Zammit, number 5, here with the ball. England protecting the centre forward position. You can see them dropping back. Sean King, number 4, but they do get it in. And having worked hard to get it in, they win the exclusion. Adam Schofield. Schofield played centre forward at the Olympics, now adopting the role at the other end of the pool, centre back. And Malta, and again the man-up pass goes a-begging. A lack of connection between Stellini and Melli. And England power away again. Schofield there who picks up the ball, but on this near side, it's Robinson who powered all the way through. Jake Vincent finds James on that far side. Malta dropping off him. Lanzon, the captain, dropping off him. Back to Vincent. He's going to line one up. Don't think he quite got a hold of that one, Ian.
Yeah, he's been playing well, Vincent, but that wasn't one of his best efforts. Just slightly off balance, and he's fired that over the top. Hard to believe, Alan, that we're so far into the game, more than 3 minutes into the third period, and we've not seen a goal from Malta.
But they get the ball to Zammit. And Zammit wins the exclusion. He'd worked hard. Jake Vincent taking a knock for his efforts, but we're pretty clear it was an exclusion. So Malta, their third man extra. They've made a bit of a hash of the first two. Can they make something better? This third one of the period. The chance now, and they do get it to the post. From Stellini to Zamet. And the English defence has finally breached.
Yeah, we knew Zamet was a danger man, and here the ball comes to the wing. He's a left-hander, he's in the centre of the goals. He's not going to miss from there. The ball's right up over his head, and he pulls it down. Takes a knock in the face, I think, for his trouble.
Jack Vincent there, perhaps a little bit slow to get back. In the man down position. And Adam Schofield, the man who was excluded. 4:40, the third remaining. Glenn Robinson, I think, looking for the foul on that occasion, and that's a lovely bit of play there by Camilleri. But he does smack him. So Robinson was excluded, but then Camilleri took exception to the action.
Yeah, so you can see at the bottom of your screen there. So Robinson, number 7, he's excluded. Camilleri's not happy now. And let's see if he does take a swing.
And we're just waiting to see what happens in the game. I think Malta will take a timeout. So we will start the game with 5 against 5. Just waiting for confirmation on the exact ruling for that.
So Alan, just for everyone watching there, it was pretty clear that Glenn Robinson was excluded, but
Camilleri's been wrapped up for the match.
Oh, so he's finished for the game. So if the referee thinks there's excessive force used, brutality, then he's excluded for the game. He's trying to explain to the coach that it wasn't him. I've never known anyone that says it was me.
Absolutely.
Everyone's always innocent.
Indeed, indeed, but it's he's just excluded for the match. It's not a brutality call, so he will be available for tomorrow's game. So at the moment we've got 5 on 5 outfield, which gives Malta the space, and they make use of it. Zamet there. And there's still activity going on in centre forward. And Zamet is excluded, and that's his third exclusion, and he has got no further part to play in the game. The Maltese distraught at some of the decisions being made here. Stellini, number 4, showing his disgust.
I think the referees need to keep the lid on this, Alan. It's all getting a bit heated. Zamet getting involved when he really shouldn't have been involved there. He knew he was on 2 majors. You're running the risk if you get involved in a wrestling match. Here's the replay. The shot doesn't go. You know, Zamet, does he grab the Schofield in there? And I think that, you know, I don't think he can have many complaints.
No, I think it was a fair call. He done well to get the space. You can see there a little bit of an exchange between the two of them, although perhaps on reflection, I'm not sure Zamet was doing any more than Schofield. But it's Malta who play the price. And Malta in real trouble now. The English coach Andre Josep did take a timeout while we were discussing the merits of the exclusions.
So Alan, for those not too familiar with water polo, we have 3 Maltese players who are excluded for the game. They'll obviously take no further part in this game, and it puts the rest of the team under a lot of pressure.
It does. Just 1.5 periods remaining, and the referees are just going to confer, just to confirm the decisions that were actually made. They say number 8 was wrapped up. It seems number 4 has also been wrapped up. Michele Stellini. And you can see just in the exclusion zone there, ready to come back in is number 7. Alexander Litzwager, and number 11, Clint Merceccia.
Yeah, the referee's just conferring here. It's important to keep a lid on this. It's It's obviously an important game, but as a precursor to the final, we don't want any bad blood between these teams.
We don't. I'm sure neither will want to lose any of their key players. So while Stellini and Camilleri are finished for this game, they will be available tomorrow. Only in the event of a brutality would the player be unavailable. The referee's just providing confirmation that there is only one exclusion at the moment. So Litzfager has come in. You've seen the picture of Matt Holland just waiting.
Yeah, here's the exclusion, the final exclusion. You can see, oh, he pulls Schofield towards him there. Schofield, no angel himself, but I think in this exchange that he certainly was hard done by.
So England with the extra man. And they find O'Regan. Probably not the best shot of the day from O'Regan. England had worked it well. So 3:40 of the third period remaining. England 7-1 up.
Yeah, they worked the ball well to O'Regan, but the shot's channeled towards the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's equal to that one.
Nicky lands on number 2. Mark Melly to lands on. And we have a turnover in centre forward. Number 9, Brownrigg, it's been called against him. So England have the advantage again in the streaming forward.
Yeah.
So it's James to Glenn Robinson, over the head. And the shot there from Tom Curwen, not delivered with his usual power. He draws the save in the corner. Robinson, number 7. Kieran James. They get the ball easily into centre, and you could see the hand on the shoulder from number 11, Clint Merchichia. Johnny Kirk there.
And England, are they going to make the most of this? So they go one of their preset moves, the ball will come round. And I think it's James' shot. It is. Saved by Borg Cole. And again, we've got some afters. Kieran James excluded. His second exclusion of the game.
And Malta come away with the ball through their number 7, Litzfager. They'll be man up. Although probably not for very long by the time they set up, and James gets back to that corner position. And that 30-second clock goes to 10. England can come back in, and they can. Chris Armstrong, so things are evened up. Malta not had much advantage there, but no, they don't quite get the shot away. Scrambling around. And the shot from Brownrigg on the hooter. But Matt Holland getting both hands to that.
Yeah, you can see the shot coming in here. He's under a lot of pressure. Time's running out. And Matt Holland, as he's done all tournament, 2 hands to that ball.
So back with the action, Jake Vincent. Brings the ball to his left, and the shot there from Glenn Robinson. The cross cage shot. Draws the save. The referee's calling for the ball on the far side of the pool for the 2-metre throw. Jake Vincent, movement there from Curwen, driving across and looking for the towel. Robinson looking for the foul, and he gets it. Got the forward movement across the 5-metre line. You have to be outside 5 metres in order to shoot from a foul. Robinson,
yeah, you can see that wouldn't have counted if it had gone in.
Back at the other end, 1:20 of the period remaining. Malta on the attack, and the shot off the bar again. Marchechia.
Matt Holland plays his water polo professionally in France, has been there for a couple of years, and has definitely improved his game.
It is, yes. It's very strong as England come forward again. Robinson, the second wave counter, and that's a lovely shot. Kept the bounce low, skipped under the defender and the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Robinson, he's another player who's improved massively over the last few years. It's got, to be fair, it got a deflection, that one.
It did take a deflection.
Yeah. goalie's no chance. I mean, he's up there expecting the shot going high across him into the corner. It deflects low under his arm, and it gives England a comfortable 8-1 lead.
The goalies union be claiming not their fault, defence's fault. So 53 seconds off this third period remaining. England 8-1 to the good. Malta minus 3 players already through exclusions.
You just wonder what this is doing to their confidence, Alan, for the final.
You have to think they're going to write it off, come back tomorrow and look for it to be another day. Be telling themselves we didn't go in at 100%, we were saving ourselves. All these type of questions will be asked in the Maltese camp after the game. Ball goes to Dino Zammit. They get it into centre, but a lovely touch from Chris Armstrong. And inside the last 30, Sean King. A quiet game from him. Often does a lot of his work in the background, helping, covering for people, working hard in defence and controlling things. Finds James right down that far corner. Puts it into Jack Waller, but he's given for a push-off, although at this point in the period, not too concerned. So the final shot coming in there at the end of the third from Malta, but in the safe hands of Matt Holland. And at three-quarter time, a 1-1 period keeps England's lead 8-1.
We really were expecting Malta to come back into the game. Let's see if we can have a look at a couple of the goals so far. It's been another terrific period for England. They continue to keep the pressure up, adding the goals on, and I think they're beginning to come out on top against Malta. Here's the make of this first one. There's Zammit. We were expecting so much from him today, and that was his first goal, but he's since been excluded for the game. That was Malta's first goal of the game.
Coach Andre Josip there, just laying out the plans for this final period. As we look at the scoreboard, there are a number of majors being called in this game. We always thought it was going to be a heavy, hard-fought game.
Here's Glenn Robertson's goal. You can see he's up nicely, great technique. It has got a deflection, but I think you've always got to credit the shooter in a situation like that.
Yeah, it was a nice shot from Robinson. So just looking at the major count, 12 majors against Malta, just counting up, and 9 majors against England, so fairly even in terms of the major count, if we consider the exclusion of 2 of the Malta players. But it's England who have been pretty dominant throughout this game, and certainly will be firm favourites going into the final tomorrow here at the Aberdeen Sports Village for the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships 2014.
Kieran James back for the swim off here.
So James for England, number 12 for Malta. Dino Zammit going for the swim. Both of them trying to gain an extra inch or two, make it that shorter swim. But we are now underway. And it is James who, for the 4th time in this match, gives England the opening possession of the period. He's won 3 of the swim-offs. Tom Curwen winning the swim at the beginning of the third when James was sitting in the corner. So England in the white, attacking from right to left. Continuing to drive, continuing to work. Sean King, but looking for the foul on that occasion, going in to the Maltese defence, Marchechia, and it turns the ball over to Malta.
Yeah, Malta really need to get something out of this last period. They've only scored 1 goal, and I think psychologically they really need to get some goals and to get some confidence for the final tomorrow.
There's Blitzwager, and he may well give them some confidence. England perhaps just a little bit low in defence.
Right on cue, we asked for a goal, and there it came for the Maltese number 7. Again, a slight deflection, but that'll do his confidence a lot of good. Excellent finish.
So Malta, their second goal of the match. A good shot that we're getting off these shooting. Seeing the deflections and the trouble the goalkeepers have to get anything behind it. And again, a turnover against England for a similar foul. And on the counter defence, number 5 for England, Chris Armstrong is excluded, so Malta making a better start to this fourth period. They'll have the extra man. As Merchechia giving it back to his captain, Nicky Lanzon. Lanzon to Merchechia. But they're even again. Not much time. Lanzon decides to shoot one. Really not seeing any other options. But he did draw the save from Matt Holland. So
yeah,
Malta
Holland
retained possession.
Holland saw that one coming. There it is. 2 hands to that to comfortably tip that one over the bar. Malta back in attack here. Looking to get the ball into the centre forward.
And the shot from Lanzon, but this time it's blocked off a defender, so it's England who have possession. Matt Holland looking for an outlet and finds Jack Waller. Unusual for him to be in the second wave. He's usually right in there heading to centre forward, which is where he goes now. But there's no need as Sean King had no goal. A push off given against King, so no goal for England.
Yeah, you can see the ball over the top here. King's free. I think it might even have been 2 metres, Alan. Not allowed inside 2 metres without the ball.
So at the other end, Malta have the attack. Only 10 left in the possession clock. But they have an exclusion. But no goal. No goal there for Malta. You used to be able to do that. But the rule change means that the foul has to be taken from the point of the exclusion. Prevents the very quick goal being scored in the man extra. English coach was talking about that prior to the game, how important it was for the referees to make that call, make it correctly. And Frank Oma has done just that, which has helped England, but Malta still with the player advantage. Lanzon, Merchechia, and the outside shot. Gavaretta, who was deadly earlier in the week, appears to have gone off the boil, and we're now back, England with a full complement of players. Malta with possession. Merchechia, Dino Zamet, Sullivan. Zamet makes a drive, and Lanzon comes in behind, but again the English defence holding strong and not really offering the opportunity. Oh, and that was a nice shot. A nice shot from Lanzon.
Yeah, there was nothing doing for Lanzon there, and he tried the back hook, take the goalie by surprise, but again Holland's there.
Back up the other end of the pool, fast moving match. Jake Vincent, but there's action in centre forward, and Jack Waller getting held round the neck by Nicky Lanzon, and an exchange of words afterwards as well. I'm sure we'll see more of that match-up, if not later on today, then certainly tomorrow, as England have the man extra. King, Kieran James, Sean King, there's space on this left-hand side, and it is Jake Vincent, number 3, who powers it through the Maltese defence and the Maltese goalkeeper, Alan Bord-Cole.
Yeah, England work it well to this side, and he's in acres of space there, and he's certainly got enough to get that past the blocker and the goalkeeper. King passing it across, and there's Jake Vincent past the blocker and through the goalkeeper. 9-2 England lead.
So inside the final 4 minutes of this match, England comfortably in control. These two sides were in the very first Commonwealth Water Polo Championships held in Manchester in 2002, and on that occasion they battled it out for 3rd and 4th place, and it was England who were successful on that occasion also. Tomorrow they will battle it out for the gold medal, and Litzfager there going in with a head, and he is excluded, and the English coach Andre Josep calls for a timeout. What did we make of that exclusion, Ian?
Yeah, he's fortunate that wasn't deemed as being a dangerous play. I mean, he's gone in with the head there, and that can do a lot of damage. I mean, I don't think it was Sean King, but Sean King got his nose broken recently, and he's just recovering from that. So I hope it wasn't Sean that was on the receiving end of that.
Well spotted by the referee on this side, Andy Allen, who called it. So it is England who will reset this game, looking to score their 10th goal. Yeah, another psychological point, perhaps. His thoughts probably turn more for tomorrow's game than the real outcome of today's. Malta, their bench looking rather dishevelled at the moment. Players with caps off and a limited number of players on the bench. As we see Litzfager, the man who's been sent out. Let's see what England bring for this man-up situation. They've got Armstrong in, the left-hander, on that right wing, gives them more options. Jake Vincent. They've got their big man Tom Kerwin looking for the possible shot. And Vincent elects to take it. He finds a hole in the defence. And Jake Vincent scores his 3rd goal of the afternoon.
You've seen Jake Vincent in position 4, and here he's in position 2 on the other side of the pool. He can do it from both sides. He receives the ball. The defenders think he's going to pass it, but he takes the opportunity and buries that. 10-2 England.
So I don't think we're in any doubt it will be England who will finish in the group stages of this competition on top with 12 points. Malta will be second with 10. South Africa 7 will be third. And then a big match tonight for Scotland as they seek to pick that 4th spot. But here we have Malta with a shot. Litzfager there, but his shot just touched onto the bar.
Yeah, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And you can see Matt Holland gets a fingertip to that to push it onto the post and keep the ball out.
Jake Vincent at the other end. Kieran James coming in off this left-hand side, but a little bit too close to get the shot away. And Vincent elects for another shot, but I think that one didn't quite come off his hand as he would have liked. And we're inside the last 2 minutes 30 of this round-robin match. Malta will be pleased to see the end of it. England will be delighted to see the end of it, as they've performed it very well. And that's the sort of shooting that Malta have been offering, and the sort of strong goalkeeping that England have been putting up against it.
Yeah, they've been forcing these outside shots, England, and you can see that one was on target. Matt Holland, he's seeing it today, and he got a good hand to that one.
Mike Bourne, Chris Armstrong. To Glenn Robinson. Chechi, I thought he might have stolen that. Kieran James rifles one and draws a lovely save from Alan Borg-Cole. England will have the attack on the 2-metre line. Glenn Robinson. Jake Vincent, that number 3 position, the number 3 hat on. James, good defence there. Litzfager, number 7. And as Malta get the ball, they decide to call a timeout. Their timeout in this 4th and final period. What do you think their coach, Carl Izzo, is going to ask them to do in the remaining 2 minutes of this period?
I think he's just going to see the game out, Alan. He must be extremely disappointed the way it's gone today. And who knows what he's going to say to his players to get them up for the game tomorrow. I think they've been comprehensively outplayed by England in all aspects. Defensively, England have been strong and restricted Malta to really some outside shots. And behind that strong defence, they've had 2 goalkeepers, both Ed Scott in the first half and Matty Holland in the second half. Made it extremely difficult. So I think he's going to have to get home and have a good think about things tonight.
And he has been very quiet today on the bench. He was a bit more vociferous earlier in the week, and he did receive a red card in one of these games against South Africa. It was meant Malta were without him on the side yesterday when they played Wales. They were fairly comfortable winners off that match. So as we come down towards the last minute of the game, Malta with the ball. Litzfager, number 7. Zamet. These two have played more than they would normally. Dino Zamet looks to get it into centre to Nicky Lanzon. That is nice play from Malta. They rightly win the exclusion. Number 5, Chris Armstrong, not normally found defending that position. And Malta may want to finish on a high here with a good man extra.
Yeah. Malta, they really haven't been as efficient as they normally are. They normally are extremely good passers of the ball, and they work the man clear and tend to get an extremely efficient shot. But today they've struggled, and all credit to England's defence.
You see the strong work there from Matt Holland in goals, getting himself up and staying up to save that. And again, as the ball came back in, back now live with the action. Matt Holland looking for an outlet, and he's found Sean King, who's taken a couple of yards off Nicky Lanzon, going down that far side to James. They're looking for the second wave, and here it comes. Mike Bourne rifles it, but well saved. And there's a counter-attack at the other end for Malta. Number 12, Dino Zamet. Can he beat the clock? He elects to stop short, and he can. A good decision making there from Dino Zamet as the clock was ticking down.
Yeah, Zamet gambled there. He saw that England were going to take the shot, so he was clear, and up he comes, rises up 5 metres out, fires the ball under Matt Holland. That should give him some confidence. You can see Matt Holland's disappointed.
I'm sure the discussion between the goalkeepers will be Ed Scott's claiming kept a clean sheet, but it is England who on this occasion in the round robin matches are convincingly victorious, running out winners by 10 goals to 3, and they will finish top of the table from the group stages with 12 points. Malta will be second with 10 points, and as a result these two teams will meet here tomorrow in the Aberdeen Sports Village to contest the gold medal for the Commonwealth Water Polo Championships in 2014. Ian, any final thoughts on that match for us?
Yeah, I think most of us are taken by surprise at how comfortable that victory was from England. We really did expect that to be a closer affair. But tomorrow's another day. Zamet was on 2 majors, their key player early on, and that definitely affected the quality of their attack. He'll obviously start tomorrow afresh, and although he didn't have the best of games today, he is a game changer who can play in the big occasion.
Yeah, so lots for both coaches to think about. We're just going to go and run through the goals in that final period.
Yeah, here we are. This looks like the last goal from Malta. Yeah, expertly put away by Dino Zamet. See him rising out the water, left arm in front to get extra power in it. and it's behind Matt Holland before he can react.
And the next match up this afternoon. The game starts at 4:30 between New Zealand and Wales. Following that, we have a big match for Scotland against Singapore. Scotland successful last night over New Zealand. It'll be a key match in deciding whether Scotland will be able to face South Africa for the bronze medal. And then the final game of the day starting at 7:30. South Africa women against Wales in the round robin competition for places 3, 4 and 5 in the women's event. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That concludes coverage for that game that we've just seen. England men running out winners over Malta. Earlier on, we saw Scotland defeating Wales. Next up, New Zealand against Wales. We'll be back with you about 4:20.